John Caudwell joins us, business leader, philanthropist, founder of Phones for You. Thank you for being on the programme, John. Let me just ask you, first of all, about the position that Boris Johnson finds himself in. I know that you are have been a Boris Johnson supporter in the past. Do you think he's done? Morning.
I think he probably has to be, yes, because there's been too many scandals. And, I'm not completely damning of the Prime Minister because he's done a lot of good. Whether people agree with Brexit or not, he did force that through and make it happen as per the will of the British public. He's been an amazing supporter of Ukraine, and that's something I feel very, very, very passionate about. And we're now in this crisis of our economic situation. But I think what we cannot afford to be is infighting amongst the party. We can't afford politicians being diverted away from the job in hand. We are in a crisis as a country. In fact, we're in a crisis as a world. And we need our politicians absolutely focused on the job in hand to make the lives of ordinary working people better by creating wealth in the economy and by looking after those poorer members of society. So we cannot afford this infighting.
You, I think, donated some money to the Conservative Party in and around 2019.
I did.
Could you find yourself donating to the Conservative Party under the leadership of Boris Johnson again, or would that only be possible if Boris Johnson left?
Well, I would, if he stayed in power, and I think that's a big if at the moment, but if he stayed in power and was able to rescue his reputation and do all the things that he is capable of doing well, and that was a really resounding victory over the next couple of years, then possibly. But I have to say I'm very encouraged by the appointment of Nadeem. I think he's proven to be an extremely competent guy. He was a very, very sound businessman, and from all of my judgment, he's been an extremely sound and driven cabinet minister. And so I'm very encouraged by his appointment to Chancellor, and I think this is onwards and upwards for the Conservative Party now, but we do need to resolve this big problem.
Yeah, the smart money then from people like yourself, Tory donors, would be, you think, on Nadeem Zahawi taking over and possibly taking the Conservatives into a next general election?
I could definitely, at this moment, see Nadeem as Prime Minister. I could without doubt see that. I'd need to see what he does as Chancellor. I'd need to be able to keep my confidence that I've currently got in him. But if he carries on the way he's going, in a year's time, I could really see him taking over the party, yes.
What would you encourage him to do first in that role as Chancellor? What do you think is needed?
Well, I would encourage him to do what I've been trying to encourage Boris and Rishi to do over the last 2 years, which is Caudwell pandemic recovery. But leaving my name out of that, the focal point of that is creating an enterprise zone in a part of the UK that encourages business from all over the world to set up in this enterprise zone with any environmental business that they've got whatsoever, and become the Silicon Valley of the environment. And that would produce massive revenue for the UK in 5 or 10 years' time, but would also be major contribution to saving this climatic crisis that we have.
Well, I know that the Chancellor's door is open and all ideas are being considered, John, so maybe you're pushing at an open door there. Thank you for your time, John Caudwell, business leader, philanthropist, founder of Phones for You, and also in the past a Conservative Party donor.